Welcome to the Been There Doing That podcast. I'm Robert Scrivener.
And I'm Gayla Scrivener.
We left the 9-to-5 grind, downsized, and our goal is to have freedom to live and to work from just about anywhere.
Well, it's been another weekend in the Been There Doing That life.
Yes, it has. Wonderful.
It has been a wonderful one. It started off Friday morning. We got up and we actually spent the night in Springfield because had meetings all day in Springfield. So we decided to just stay there and start our day driving toward Joplin. How come?
Well, simple as this. Craigslist
find. What did you find on Craigslist?
Well, it was a couple of amateur radio antennas and parts.
Well, you needed them for this weekend, I guess, huh?
Yes, I did.
Well, tell the listeners, what did you find on Craigslist?
Well, scrolling through there, and come down onto, what was it? Caught my eye.
Probably
it was a
picture.
ham radio estate sale is what it was. And, let's see, 6-meter beam antenna, 3-element 6-meter beam antenna, directional for the 6-meter band. The other one was 30-foot push-up pole.
Well, you needed a pole to go taller for this
Higher
weekend's.
VHF, very high frequency. Height is everything.
Height is everything.
Height is everything.
And you've had a couple of poles that you had couplings on for the last VHF contest.
And it snapped.
It was like Play-Doh.
You seen it. It was not very good at all.
It wasn't. And we were trying to figure out how to support that. And I think in a past episode you had explained what you were going to do. But you have been looking for push-up poles, but they're about, I don't know, $100 or so.
At least.
And you were going to make do with...
Trying to,
I think you were going to get a painter's pole, weren't you?
I was even contemplating that.
We were going to go to Sutherland's and get a really tall painter's pole.
18 foot, I think, would have been the tallest I could have got.
And
got a 12-foot one. 18 foot would have just put me over the edge.
And so you found a push-up pole that was very reasonable for less or about the same amount for the push-up.
It was $1 a foot.
It was $1.
It was $1 a foot, 30 foot.
Well, and that's more reasonable than what that painter's pole would have been.
Yeah, it would have been about the same price, but the height would have been a difference in height of about 12 feet.
So it's a very good value to purchase the tool, the exact tool that you needed.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, I didn't know what I was getting myself into, honestly.
You never do.
We got up that morning, and I took my Dramamine and worked from the road while you were driving down I-44.
Had the headset on. You had headphones, phone in one hand, and notepad in the other, and taking notes and talking to one of our clients. We're going down the road.
Yes, and she's so understanding because she likes to travel too. So, yeah, I had my headphones on, and that worked really well. And I concentrated, and then we got down to Sarcoxie. That's where we went.
Yep.
Small town outside of Joplin. It seemed like we were driving and driving and driving some more, and we found the guy's place finally.
Well, according to the GPS, it was right there. It
was. Nice guy, I guess. I was sitting in the car.
Trying to keep the dogs. We had the dogs with us.
Yeah, we were in the Subaru.
Take the dogs everywhere.
We were in the Subaru, had the dogs, and they were trying to protect me, and that was kind of frustrating. But then you got this 30-foot pole.
Yeah.
And thank goodness you had some paracord.
Yep.
And you needed my knot tying skills, too.
Yeah, because I am not a knot tyer.
You're not a knot tyer. But you took that class from Captain Rusty.
Captain Rusty.
Out west at Overland Expo West a couple of years ago.
Yeah, but I didn't get a grade card from him saying I passed.
Well, maybe you need to retake the course.
Well, it's coming up.
Okay, we'll see if he's teaching the knot tying.
Not a knot tyer.
So we got that pole It looked like a javelin, actually, kind of.
It did. Had spare parts with it and everything, and all the parts were there.
And then you were going to get a rotor. I don't know what that is.
It is goes on top of not the antenna. You put your antenna on top of it, and it sets on the pole, and it rotates the antenna around. That's a rotor.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. But it was missing the remote control. It does plug into 110, and I was looking for something a little different, a little bit heavier duty.
And you're all about 12 volt.
I'm all about 12 volt.
If we move into a regular house again, are you going to convert everything to 12 volt?
Possibly.
Just curious.
Maybe.
Side note. You got to talking with the guy, and I guess that 6-meter antenna wasn't anywhere to be found.
Well, he said it's for sale, but it's not here. And it was in the town, Sarcoxie, Missouri, and he lived out of town.
At a tax office.
At a tax office, of all things. And he texted the guy, said, I'm coming over and look at it. And we tried to look it up on Facebook, and he didn't give any directions how to get there. And the only link we found was Facebook. And
the address. And so I just put the address in the maps, and it said we arrived, and all I saw was like a farm.
Yeah.
Nowhere to turn in.
A quarter mile, you have arrived at your destination. And there was nothing. We were in the middle of nowhere.
And we just kept going a little bit further, because I was like, okay, I got to find another address. And by the time I got the address again, it says 80 feet, you'll be there.
We're here.
And you saw the big sign. So
the town's not big. We found it.
It was good. Nice people. Dogs went crazy because there was another dog there.
Yeah. And I looked at it and didn't have any tools with me either. And
that's a rarity.
I know. It's a rare that I didn't have. Probably could have scrounged around in the back seat under the floorboard or something and found something. But
he had something. I
said, if you got a pair of pliers, I'll take it. And he did, because it's 3-element beam for 6 meters, like 9 foot one way and about 7 foot the other way, and 9 foot and then 7 foot back. So yeah, it's whatever that is. It takes up a lot of real estate.
Yeah.
But it was lightweight, weighs about 2 pounds, aluminum, and took it all apart and fit on inside the vehicle.
Yeah, on top of the dogs.
Yeah, on top of the dogs. They held it up all the way home.
Well, and that was fine. We made our way to the back way, front way. I don't know. It was just a way home.
A way home that we haven't been.
And made our way through Golden City. We ate at
Cookie's Cafe.
Had another client call, so that worked out well. Kind of in and out of service there, but our client didn't notice.
No,
so that was good.
That was a good thing.
Actually, that was a potential client, so that was probably even a better thing. Yeah, we drove there and made it home with a little snag.
Yeah, just a snafu.
Not really. The guy was trying to do his job.
Exactly.
We had a highway patrol pass us.
Uh-huh.
And what did he do? I didn't see.
He turned around.
And turned on his lights.
Obviously, you don't look in the rearview mirror.
I can't by the passenger side.
You got one over there.
But it doesn't look behind. It's aimed for you to look.
Oh, that's the problem.
And then I can see myself in it, but I can't see behind us.
That's not a bad thing.
So we were pulled over. Why did he pull us over?
He swore that we had no seatbelts on.
Oh, I think it's because your beard is so big that it's
covering
the
up the seatbelt.
And
are you sure you didn't have your seatbelts on and put them on after you see me turn around? I said, I guarantee it.
Yep.
Been in too many accidents where rolled vehicles.
Well, how many? How many have you rolled?
2.
That is too many.
That is too many vehicles
rolled. My goodness. Without seatbelts on either one?
One with and one without.
Okay, so the first one without?
First one with.
Oh, and the second one without? You would have thought that.
I learned a lesson on the first one.
No, you've mellowed down, so you always have your seatbelt on. He believed you.
Yep.
Because he didn't give you a ticket for that.
No.
But by golly, for as many insurance cards as we have in that car,
There's a bunch of them. I even had several of them in the wallet.
none of them were the current one.
None of them were up to date.
Nope. So guess what we're doing on my birthday?
You're going to the courthouse.
Going to the courthourse to have proof of insurance, and they'll tear up the ticket.
Yay.
But
He
he
said, have you ever been pulled over before? I said, it's been a while.
that was PG.
Yeah, that was 15 years ago or more. Oh, well, you're not showing anything in here. Good.
That's a good thing. Now you are. He took your license, not mine.
Yeah, we should have swapped drivers.
Oh, well, he was just doing his job. We were just so close to home.
Boy, in the last 6 months, last 4 or 5 months, actually, since, October, hit 2 deer and got pulled over. And how long have I known you?
Long time.
Yeah, never had happened before.
Yeah?
Just saying.
What's your point?
I don't know. We'll see where the year goes.
I don't know. Oh, goodness. All right, so we made it home, and you had your goodies.
I did, and I wanted to test them out. We got home 2 hours later, and I wanted to, but daylight's a-burning.
And I immediately went into the house and with the RV and cranked up the computer, which, by the way, my computer's in the shop because it was going on the fritz, so I'm using yours.
Yes, which leaves me with nothing but my ham computer.
Which, it's not bad. You can surf the internet, but you can't do any of your work because Adobe Audition and Photoshop and all of that doesn't work on that other computer.
No, it doesn't. Not fast enough. I'm
using your computer, and you might, I don't know, I may have to wipe it clean by the time you get it back because you might not like the improvements I put on it.
Oh, I guarantee I won't.
So I got to work, and then I don't know what you were doing outside. What were you doing?
I was putting together my goodies. 6-meter antenna beam. I was putting it together.
You came in the house.
In and out, in and out, in and out, in and out.
Oh, that evening you said, I'm a little sore.
Yeah, wasn't it?
Yeah, why were you sore?
I don't know. I'm probably putting up the push-up pole by myself.
Yeah, that's kind of a big beast, isn't it?
It weighs, they say it weighs 27 pounds, but I think it's more like 20.
By the time you push it to
30 feet
and like angle it up and have to have, it's cantankerous.
It should take more than 2 people to push it up.
Oh,
when
no.
it's a fully extended with weight on the end, antennas and stuff.
Should take 2 people?
More than 2 people.
It only took us.
Yes.
All right, let's fast forward to Saturday because Saturday was your big day and you were in your element.
Oh, it was a beautiful day. Started off all gloomy.
Yeah, we were concerned about the wind and the overcast. It was supposed to be a nice warm day.
It's in the 50s.
Well, just a few days ago.
Which felt like 70s compared to, when it was in the teens.
Yeah, just a few days ago we had 0-degree weather.
Yeah. Had snow earlier the week.
And now we're up into the 50s, 60s, and 70s.
It hit 70.
Yesterday or today?
This last weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
What did we do? We took off driving. Went to the local supermarket.
No. Let's back up a minute.
Okay.
We had to pack the whole Jeep
for
this expedition.
Well, I went lighter than I normally do.
Well, we didn't have to. It wasn't like we were camping or anything, but it took an hour and a half or more to get everything together.
Well, we took out the refrigerator.
Yes, we did.
We cleaned out the back of the Jeep.
Yes.
Then we put stuff in the Jeep.
For that day.
Yep.
Which mainly consisted of your radio stuff. We had to tie down the push-up pole.
Push-up pole and the 6-meter beam.
On the
roof rack.
And, I mean, there's some organization that has to happen. And you forgot your checklist. You were going to do a checklist the night before.
I was going to make one.
But you didn't.
I got angry at something and just, I know what it was. I spilled tea or something on. I am not allowed to have open containers around the electronics department in the area.
No, yeah, that's
without
right.
approved lids.
We have to have our sippy cups in our office now.
Yeah, with a lid.
That is a office policy that will be
Mainly
enforced.
because of me.
Yeah, thank goodness you did not ruin any other computer, so you're good.
Yeah, that would have been 2.
But we were lucky. You just washed your desk all down the wall.
I got it clean.
Yes. So you didn't have your checklist, but I think we didn't forget anything.
No. I got a mind like a steel trap.
Sorry, that just came out. Then I've lost all train of thought because of that comment. I decided that Saturday was going to be my total day off.
You were gonna.
I wasn't going to do a thing with
diddly
work.
Squat.
Yeah, I did not turn on your computer that I'm borrowing.
Nope.
I did take the tablet and my phone. Well, I had to help you set up, which we have some really great pictures.
Yes.
Of the setup, but
I'm yet to see the ones that you took.
I'll have to show you those.
Those might be the best ones of all.
Why? Because you're in them?
How'd you know?
Well, we got everything packed, and then we hit the road and went to El Dorado Springs.
That's correct.
And had lunch. Had a nice hefty lunch at the local grocery store.
Made me feel lethargic.
They are so nice there.
Oh, yeah.
And
didn't want to move after eating, though.
And then just because we had eaten does not mean that we should not have picked up snacks. So we picked up snacks and a drink.
Well, you never can tell how long we're going to be out.
I know. It was about noontime.
There's no convenience there.
No, it was about noontime. And we got finished with the grocery store. And where did we go?
Crazy after that.
No.
But
no.
The VHF contest started at 1900 Zulu hours, which means approximately 1 p.m. Central Standard Time.
All right.
So we get to our destination and set up then. But on the way there, a buddy of mine was Skyping me saying, hey, there's a 2-meter band opening. You should be hopping on now. And I said, well, I can't. I'm in the mobile and just not got enough oomph or the proper antenna.
I don't understand 2 meter and 6 meter. Is that just how big the waves are?
Well, one's 50 megahertz, one's 144.
Okay.
Still yet to talk on 6 meter.
You have not?
Never have.
Okay.
Still haven't.
Okay.
Got the antenna for it.
Okay.
But I never have.
So then when we got to our destination...
We went to Schell Osage. There it is. Schell Osage Conservation Area.
Not to be confused with Sarcoxie Osage, which is our electrical co-op.
Exactly.
I keep confusing saying the wrong thing. But Schell Osage Conservation Area, we've spent the night there.
Yep.
And we've driven through.
Free camping there.
Mm-hmm. You can camp there for 14 days straight.
Yep.
But no more than 30 days in a calendar year.
Well, that's still quite a bit.
Mm-hmm. They don't want people living there.
And there was
like us.
one person there when we went there.
Yeah.
One person. And they probably thought I was nuts.
The lake was beautiful because it was frozen.
Still frozen, yeah.
Not enough to walk on, but in some places several inches thick.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was beautiful. And we got there, and I helped you set up that monstrous antenna.
Oh.
And you put the 2-meter antenna.
Antenna is monstrous. It's all of 39 inches.
Oh, I'm sorry. The monstrous pole.
That's what the part was. Yeah, we had it up, I think, 8 foot.
And had the, what is those wires? Guide wires?
Guy wires, yeah.
Guy wires. And I tied the knots.
Because I am not a knot tire.
And we got it secured next to the Jeep.
Yep.
And we got our 6-foot table, 4-foot table.
6 foot.
6-foot table out that we normally carry when we go overlanding. Set your computer up, set your radios up, because you had them. How did you have them connected? Because it was all 12 volt.
All 12 volt. We have the extra battery behind the seat.
Mm-hmm.
I was running off of it.
Are we just down to one?
Down to one. I took the other one out to kind of
give it a break.
Less weight to carry around.
Oh, okay.
50-something pounds.
So you put the radio. I thought that you had some of it to the ignition battery and some of it to the extra battery.
It was all tied together.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, running off solar.
Yeah, but when we got there, it was kind of cloudy. Not nearly as windy as what it was at home. Once you got everything set up, I was sitting back for a little bit. All of a sudden, it was like the sun started shining. And it became a beautiful day.
Beautiful.
It was amazing.
It was gorgeous.
I just happened to read on my...
Dozed off is what you did.
Well, I read on my Kindle a while, and yes, I did doze off. And
People started driving up.
Why on earth am I snacking all day when I had a big lunch? But it was my day off.
You were enjoying it.
I watched you do what you like to do.
Yeah, and I had fun. Always fun.
What happened? Yes, people started driving up.
What are you doing? What are you tracking something? What kind of tracking device have you got there? Are you tracking coyotes or wild geese? I should have said jackalope.
You should have.
Should have. Tracking the new jackalope coming out of South Dakota.
There were only 4 people, I think, that came by because there's not very many people that go where we were at that time of year. It's the conservation area.
It's out in the middle of nowhere.
Was closed to boating or water activity until the 31st of January. So I don't know if it's even fowl season or not.
Waterfowl.
Waterfowl.
That kind of fowl.
You made some contacts.
I did. I talked to, well, let's see. Last VHF contest I had 2.
When was that last VHF?
September.
Okay.
Last year. They have one in January, June, and September.
We had a podcast episode recorded at that September.
I think, yes, we did. My goal was to beat 2 contacts.
All right.
I stepped up my game on this one.
So for VHF,
yes,
which is very high frequency.
Yes.
What is the typical reach for that? That's not around the world, is it?
No.
It's more short.
It could be, I think the record for like 5 or 10 watts of power is through satellite communication going, the guy in Arkansas has it. Down Mena, Arkansas, that fire tower we was at.
Okay.
It was from there to Spain.
But that's a world record. Atypical. What is typical?
Typical on 5 to 10 watts around town, you may get it line of sight, which would be depends on how high you are.
Depends on how high.
So height is everything.
So a few counties over or
no
hundreds of miles?
No. Depends on how high you are. If you're on a handheld and the other person's on a handheld, a couple miles.
Okay. And you're on a 30-foot pole, which was probably 25 foot.
But they're talking FM, and I'll be on single sideband, which is a different form of communication. Horizontally opposed antenna versus a vertical.
Okay.
And FM is vertical, and sideband is horizontally opposed. That's why my antenna's laying flat.
It looks like a TV antenna.
There you go.
So I guess TV waves are sideband.
Oh boy, this is gonna be fun.
Whatever.
But my goal was to make more than 2 contacts, and I did.
Excellent. How many did you make?
8.
That's awesome.
I swore it was 11. Maybe I was just having too much fun.
Maybe.
But I only operated for less than 3 hours. I just checked it.
Okay.
But, it was 30 minutes setup, maybe 30 minutes teardown, and 3 hours operating. Sure seemed like a lot.
Well, what was your most exciting? Or what was your closest?
The closest one was my buddy in Marshall, Missouri, 100 miles roughly.
Mm-hmm.
And he had a beam that he can swung it around, and we were able to make contact, which we have several times.
Well, you guys were Skyping too. Did you guys do some recording?
I did. I'll have to send it to him.
Yeah.
And then the next one was about 175 miles out.
Where was that?
That was Towanda, Kansas.
Ooh.
Yeah, over by Wichita. And then the next one was, 177 miles out from where we were.
Mm-hmm.
And that was to Kirksville, Missouri.
Kirksville, that's around St. Louis?
That's in the middle of the state, north of I-70.
Oh,
north
that's
of Columbia.
right. That's right.
Then the next one, was 185 miles out, House Springs, Missouri.
Uh-huh.
That was over by southeast of St. Louis.
Okay.
Then the next one was Wichita, Kansas, 192 miles.
Wow.
That's getting out there. And then the next one, Lawrence, Kansas. A lot in Kansas. Flat over there. You can see for miles and miles.
Yeah.
That was 225 miles, roughly, from where we were by air.
Wow.
So it was a long ways. And then the big one that I was kind of happy about was Beatrice, Nebraska.
Wow.
We've been through there, and that's a ways. 232 miles.
The drive home from Beatrice was quite
6 hours, 7 hours, something like
It
that.
was a long time. And we went to a museum there, a state national park.
Yes, national park.
Homesteading?
Homestead of America. National Homestead of America historic site or something like that.
That was really neat.
Yeah. So it was exciting. I'd call that a success.
Well, good. Well, good.
Good. I'll have to get my other antenna up and going for the next one.
The 6-meter one?
Because you can make the same contact to the same guy, but using 2 different bands, and you get a multiplier.
Oh.
Where you get extra points.
Oh, yeah, because you had to put in all these contacts in your logging software and it automatically calculated your points and everything.
How many points and stuff. So I went from 6 points, I think, last September to 56 points this year.
Woohoo!
Or this time. Next time, June, I think it's the next one. Have 2 more bands, I think.
Wow.
432 and 6 meters. So we'll see how that goes.
You're still talking foreign to me.
I know. It's lovely, isn't it?
But you know what highlight was for me?
Packing up and going home?
No. It's always a good day when you see an eagle.
Oh, yes. We did get to see a bald eagle.
And
landed on the frozen lake.
Yeah.
I tried to take a picture of it, but cell phone is just too hard to do.
He was flying around, circling around over the water, and then landed for a while. So we were able to just enjoy.
Yeah.
And the sunset was beautiful.
Oh, it was gorgeous. It was gorgeous.
And we
couldn't ask for a better day to do that.
It was a lovely day.
Although the contest was going on till 11 o'clock Sunday night.
But on Sunday you didn't do.
I didn't do much on Sunday. I listened to some people, but that's about it. I'd had my fun and just kind of on Sunday.
Well, you wanted to get that pole up with your 6 meter, isn't it?
I would like to, yes.
Well, you said,
still haven't done it yet.
What's up there?
2 meter.
Oh, 2 meter. Well, we got the pole off of the Jeep, and you wanted to extend it and kind of put it semi-permanent next to the RV.
Yeah.
With your 2 meter antenna.
Yes.
On a horrendously windy day.
After we got it extended and up there and just holding it by hand.
Why?
Oh, every time we want to do something outside that involves antennas, it's always windy.
Luckily on Saturday it wasn't, but it seems like around home.
It's windy.
It seems to be windy. Without too much trouble, I guess. It just took us a while because you got to be careful, and there's like 3, 5, 7 guide wires on that thing.
That you tied.
That I tied.
Because I am not a knot tire.
But you did a fine job. Does it work?
I don't know. I haven't talked to nobody on it yet. But it receives good.
All right.
But I haven't talked to anybody yet.
So you had your Hamvangelist activities.
Yeah, for the most part.
Weekend.
For the weekend. Next week is another one.
Next week
Weekend
It's field day.
It is winter field day. That's all bands, all mode, all everything. Digital, CW to, everything. Setting up in unideal locations.
Hey,
Yes?
we have to find a place where there's not a lot of power lines because we don't want to get interference with that.
But I have to play music on Saturday night, so I can't do an overnight camping like we did last year.
Why can't we just set up at that bar and put the antennas there?
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that either.
I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
That will be another adventure that we'll have to talk about. Hopefully we'll do a little bit of planning or just impromptu. Live out of the vehicle.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Well, I guess that'll wrap things up for this episode of Been There Doing That.
You never know what you're going to get.
Never know. But this weekend was the Hamvangelist. It's 3 things for you.
What is it?
It's either, maybe 4, but it's either ham radio,
Yeah.
leather,
Yeah.
music,
Yeah.
overlanding.
Yeah.
What's your other one? Is that it?
Mountain Men Rendezvous type stuff.
Oh, okay.
So it's like in a 5 to 6 week rotation. Every week it's something else.
You're obsessed with one thing or another.
Yeah.
Yeah. No consistency. It's like a butterfly.
Can't pin you down, Robert. What do you like?
So in about 5 weeks, you might be talking a lot about leather because you have leather supplies and a new gift certificate.
I've got a lot of leather stuff to work
So
up.
if you want to order something leather, chances are it'll be ready in about 5 weeks.
Roughly, yeah.
But where can people find us, Robert?
At the website, of course, www.beentheredoingthat.com.
Really?
Where else can they find us? Gayla?
Instagram.
Oh.
Because you're obsessed with Instagram.
No. Just an everyday occurrence, morning, noon, and night.
All the time. I have to stare at you with my nose practically on your glasses for you to pay attention to me.
Just look us up, Been There Doing That, Instagram.
And you can always drop us a note at podcast@beentheredoingthat.com.
Yes.
Until next time.
We'll catch you all later.